Gigi Berardi on FoodWISE, beginning the section, The Raisin That Wasn't, in my part 2 of FoodWISE, called Our Personal World of Food. I'm just going to introduce it tonight and then talk about an article on Harvard University. The Raisin That Wasn't. Clearly, ideas we have about food influence our eating behavior. We're surrounded by contradictory messages about what we should eat, how much, and when. Experience, association, and memory tell us so much about what we should eat that it's hard to listen to our stomachs or our rational minds. Food is never just food. It's food with associations. This means that the same food can be experienced by two different people in entirely different ways. So that's not very much of FoodWISE tonight, but it is profound in the sense that, in its simplicity, that food is never just food. I'm sure many of us can relate to. I'm teaching 4 classes this summer on food at Western Washington University. So 2 classes that replace a global learning program I had in Switzerland and Italy, so business and food cultures of Switzerland and Italy, but then I'm also teaching international food and business sustainability. Also a cheese class, The Art of Cheese, with my colleague Ruth Sofield, who's teaching the science of cheese. And then I teach agroecology and sustainable agriculture. So it's a busy summer for me on food. And what we're talking about is, what do we value and what do we believe? Or vice versa. I've also been extending these questions and the topic of beliefs in this era of coronavirus pandemic to universities and choices universities are making in terms of planning or not, given budget constraints, inevitable as a result of the COVID pandemic. And the article here talks about, finally, quote unquote, what Harvard University's plan is for the fall. And I believe this is probably the best universities can do. No duplicity, no speaking out both corners of one's mouth, saying one thing, meaning another, saying anything and meaning another to attract parents. So for Harvard University, they are opening residential halls. They imagine 40% of the students, undergraduates, maybe in those halls, certainly with much social distancing, and I would imagine with better air filtration systems, and as well as surface cleaning and surfaces and possibly furniture change and testing. And this is the clincher, all the courses are going to be online. And that seems to be the best solution rather than some hodgepodge of small classes are here and large classes are online and middle classes are in the large class classrooms and we're changing the furniture. And then we just hear, as I vlogged last night, it's not the surfaces, it's the air filtration. So exactly what furniture are we trying to move around to accommodate students? So read for yourselves about Harvard's plan. I myself today received a disturbing note from our faculty union at Western Washington University about the planning or lack thereof, planning by deleting courses that may or may not, I still need to scope this out, be happening in our departments and colleges. I hope not. I hope we aren't eliminating classes. I hope we are preserving sections taught by non-tenure track faculty members who tend to be some of our most reliably good and solid teachers. I hope not that we're planning to cut them out of the picture. I could see where we would make cuts. To my mind, it would be more along the line of what we've seen in Arizona with cuts, and Alaska with cuts at the administrative level. That's where I would like to see the cuts. Anyway, take a look at the article and see what you think.